Hey guys, today's video I'm in Ireland. This is Loch Tay in the Wicklow Mountains, and it's quite a dramatic scene. The lake is right at the bottom of this valley, and the road's quite close to me. It's probably like a minute walk backwards towards the road. So when you're driving along this road, it's a small, narrow, quite narrow road. You can see this, as you come around the corner, you just see this huge lake, and it's really dramatic. So you can see this is towards sunset. It's not quite sunset, but it's getting there. And the clouds, it was quite cloudy on this day, and it was quite stormy. But just as I got there was a bit of a parting of the clouds, and the sun was coming through. So there I just got a nice wide angle shot of the whole scene there, and the clouds at the top really added dramatic oomph to the shot a little bit. So this is a bit off to the left of the last shot, just a little walk down the hill a little bit more, and they're actually filming the Vikings show just off to the left of the scene here. I don't think I showed it in the camera, but this is one of the locations that they use for filming the Vikings. Now the lake is the obvious sort of focal point of this location, but I always try and look around my surroundings when I'm in a location like this, just because the lighting is quite dramatic just now. So it's good to look around and see if there's any alternative shots you can take of different parts of the scenery that may not be as often photographed, so you might get a slightly more unique shot. So what I liked about this shot here is the light's coming. I didn't want to get the sun actually in this shot. The light's coming off from the side here, and it's catching the mountains, and it really emphasizes the depth and the distance of the mountains in the distance. There's a few buildings and a few lanes here and there, so it adds a little bit foreground interest. And the hills in the background are lit up quite beautifully, the way the sun's just catching off them. So this is me back at the lake again. Instead of the wide angle shot from before, I'm doing a nice panoramic shot again, just getting the compression as usual. Now in this shot, I actually had the shutter speed fast enough that I could just set the camera on low shutter, so I just held the button down and it just takes loads of shots, so I can just sweep across the scene quite quickly and get the whole scene. Now this only works when you're dealing with a relatively high shutter, because even your hand movement, anything slower than 1/1000th of a second, you might get blur still. So it worked in that respect. I like the way this one turned out. You get the nice stormy clouds just framing it at the top, and the nice bright sun just catching the tops of the hills there. This is the final shot. It's just the path down towards the lake there, and the sun's just dipping below the mountains here, but I wanted to get a nice shot of the nice stormy clouds here, just because they were quite dramatic, and the path in the foreground was a nice leading line. Now the path is quite wide at the start here, so I'm just trying to get it from the right side of the composition over to the center, just to help lead the eye into the center towards the stormy clouds in the middle. Hope you liked today's video, guys. I appreciate it if you would like the video and subscribe. Thanks.